Stop breathing! Okay, so this is one of the weirdest theories I've ever seen.
You. Keep going.
Screw you, TJ. Now I gotta redo it. Okay, so this is one of the weirdest conspiracy theories I've ever seen. It's about Cocoa Puffs. I already watched it, but yeah. This is super disturbing. This is so disturbing, right? Yeah, horrifying. Yeah.
I've always thought
You have to say it louder for the
strange
video.
about Cocoa Puff commercials.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Yes, I'm having a nightmare tonight.
Most kid
Cocoa
cereal
guys.
commercials are pretty
Cocoa guy is gonna appear and go, Cocoa Puffs, I'm gonna wake up in a sweaty mess.
straightforward. There's a fun, wacky mascot
What the-
character who wants a certain type of cereal and has to overcome some kind of obstacle to get it.
You would never play Lucky Charms.
What do you mean?
It's pretty basic stuff. But the thing that's strange about Cocoa Puff commercials is that Sonny the Cuckoo Bird isn't trying to get the cereal, he's actively trying to avoid it.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs? You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me!
If you think about it, Sonny is kind of a struggling addict who's desperately trying not to relapse.
Okay, bro,
but
what is
fail-
this? What is this HD freaking, like,
Who got these pictures, dude?
bulletin board? Do you think bro just made a bulletin board freaking, like, bro's sitting there going, it's the Cocoa Puffs! It's the Cocoa Puffs, everybody!
I don't
Every
genuinely
plot
believe
ends up
it's
destroying whatever building
I
he's
just
in
think
and
I need
terrifying the
answers.
people around him.
Can't control myself? I'm going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs!
That's him or her life. They gotta make
Cocoa
this.
Puffs are literally ruining his life, and I think it's kind of weird that that's how General Mills chose to advertise their cereal for children. But whatever. These are just silly
Here, Trevor.
30-second kids
Cocoa Puffs
commercials that
are
are all essentially the same.
Well, I
There's
guess
no
put that in the
plot
video.
or world building. There couldn't possibly be anything here worth theorizing about. Right? What
No.
if I told you that beneath the surface of these colorful cereal advertisements
This is not
is one of
colorful,
the
it's all
most
just-
dark and
It's a colorful cereal ad. No, wait, no. It's dark.
It's medicine. It's demons.
Yeah.
He's gonna say this guy's a demon. He's gonna have like a secret.
unlike
evil
the
with
underlying narratives I
It's
have
the Dark
ever
Knight.
seen in a piece of media.
Bird
The hidden
military?
story
What
of
does it have to do with
addiction,
Coco? Okay.
war, betrayal, and a massive conspiracy
Murder?
about the world Sonny
us. What?
Massive conspiracy. That's what he said. Massive?
Yeah.
No
Cocoa
one-
Puffs.
lives in that no one has discovered before
I
today.
discovered it.
I promise you that after this, you will
Munchie,
never be
Crunchy,
able to
Chocolate
watch a
League.
Cocoa Puff
Remember that-
commercial
remember that
the same
phrase.
way again.
Munchie,
This
Cookie.
is the
I forgot
Cocoa
it
Puffs
already.
conspiracy.
That's the longest intro I've ever had. This must just be a movie. Hurry it up, pal. Oh, it's so realistic.
in a car accident.
What?
I should call my lawyer.
Sponsor. No,
Oh.
sponsor.
I was about to say, what is this to do with the video? Cocoa Puffs, Cocoa Puffs. Eat it up, eat
Eat
it
him up, eat him up, eat him up. Oh, this is super scary.
The Purge World. Oh, yeah.
The very first commercials for Cocoa Puffs aired in 1958 and originally
did you get this
featured
video?
3 children instead of the iconic Cuckoo Bird as their mascot.
I'm a fan of this guy. This is made by Alex Bell. And so he does a lot of theories like these where and every single time it gets weirder and weird. And like so it's always like this kid show and like he always takes it
SpongeBob.
super seriously. Like he was a SpongeBob guy, but now he's done with that. And he's on like the Magic School Bus. Like and it's actually
People always
Like, we
why
might
do
do-
they do anyone's that no one else has? Like
We might do
little
mul-
Einsteins, Octonauts.
well, I mean, Bo posts one every single like 4 or 5 months, which is I mean he has to find some crazy crap like this. Like, how do you make this up? I would not be able to make this up. So, props to Alex Bell for doing the weirdest
he's
theories.
crazy.
Crazy for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, board for the Cocoa Puffs train. Ding, ding.
It wasn't
Where's
until
their clothes at?
1962 that Sonny
Dude, they're wearing clothes. It's just in black and white. There's that pizza and start talking, boy.
Swallow it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Speak louder, boy.
Swallow it. Swallow it.
Stop.
made his first appearance as the bird who goes cuckoo whenever he sees Cocoa Puffs.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Watch out, because I'm Cocoa Puff!
This format was very successful, and Sonny has been the mascot for the brand ever since. Since then, he's gone through many redesigns, but the basic premise has always stayed the same. Sometimes he's joined by children, sometimes he's with his grandpa, but he always ends up going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, despite his best efforts to avoid them.
Up here, I won't go cuckoo for my favorite cereal. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs!
It wasn't until 2004 that Sonny got his most iconic redesign that he's still known for today. And it's these commercials that I'm going to be focusing on for this theory. The more modern Cocoa Puff commercials introduce us to the world that Sonny lives in, a society inhabited by intelligent talking birds.
No chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combos, part of this good breakfast.
And it's surprisingly complex for just being the backdrop of kids' cereal commercials. They have their own bird cities, bird airports, bird legal systems, they even have a bird military.
Extra chocolatey puff.
A bird military?
Wait, they're fighting against worms?
Is that a bird hexagon?
Yeah, that's what the I guess that's what the military. Yeah, that's what they're referencing.
What are they fighting? Worms?
Bird pentagon.
Yeah, they're fighting worms, bro, because the early bird gets the worm.
Why do the Cocoa Puff commercial
Wait, if
birds
there's
need
a
a
bird
military? Like,
Pentagon. Does that mean there's a bird 9/11?
Yes. Explains.
That's just
who
my
are they fighting? Are there bird
have to say it
wars?
louder, boy.
And the entire
Put your
bird
head
world
to the
seems
computer
to run
and say it!
on Cocoa Puffs. All the
Say
grocery
it
stores
with your
sell
whole
our
heart.
Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
If you go to the opera,
Okay,
they're
okay.
singing about Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs! Cocoa Puffs!
Cocoa Puffs.
Even the media seems to be run by Cocoa Puffs.
Extra, extra new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
So, obviously, this is a very difficult place for someone trying to beat a Cocoa Puff addiction. No matter what Sonny does or where he goes, he cannot avoid Cocoa Puffs. He tries to ask people for help, but all they want to do is talk about how great Cocoa Puffs are.
How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs? Why would you want to escape it? Cocoa Puffs are crunchy. Crunchy. Stop it!
The only person willing to help him is Gramps, his trusted grandpa, who's been with him since 1962.
Keep Sonny from going cuckoo. I'm
Oh, it
hiding
is
Cocoa Puffs in this room.
I know.
Gramps? I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs? Don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
But even with his help, it's not enough. He tries to go to the store, or the opera, or in a plane, or a deserted
So
island.
tonight I'm gonna have a dream. It's gonna start with me at a store, and every single aisle is just gonna be filled with Cocoa Puffs. And you're like, I'm trying to get off the addiction. And then that one kid from that Cocoa Puffs alley can go, Cocoa Puffs, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. And we're gonna be running around the halls going, no, I'm not gonna eat 'em up.
But wherever he goes, Cocoa Puffs
Sing
is
him
already
out.
there.
Sonny
Sonny even tries to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs, but it doesn't work because apparently they're too delicious.
How? That's not physically possible.
Take it to court.
Sonny
All the
is a
cereals
very
like the
tragic
oven.
character
We're gonna find out in the video.
Why is
because
that a
of just
square
how
spin?
much Cocoa Puffs are an
That is true,
inescapable
like what?
fundamental part of this world.
I think
But
we turn to
It
chocolate.
isn't
Can
always
we eat
like
the world?
this.
Why is everybody still wasting their time trying to learn how to skip?
It's like I haven't got my last video.
You know, Ortega.
That's not Jenna Ortega, man.
Occasionally, there are these weird outlier commercials that show a different side to this world, where we see these little moments where the bird citizens are just as afraid of Cocoa Puffs as Sonny is. The first time I noticed
And
this
since you guys
was
are
in a
talking, the birds are always the ones that are like their love Cocoa Puffs are always so thrilled to see them.
What do they do to the humans? Are these just all furries?
No, it's actually going to be covered in this theory. So
Why am I guessing everything?
commercial for the new Cocoa Puffs chocolate and vanilla combo cereal.
Extra, extra new chocolatey vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
Is that
It
the girl
opens
from
with a
Scooby-Doo?
newspaper boy announcing the new cereal, but for the first
you
time,
know what? If that's true, I'm just gonna go over there and knock his glasses off. It's like, oh my glasses, and like fall to the floor and impact, and just glasses.
people seem kind of disinterested in Cocoa Puffs and just walk past him.
What is that?
Okay, you guys missed it because you guys were yapping about glasses.
always like this. Occasionally,
This is
there
so
are
disturbing.
these weird outlier commercials that show a different side to this world, where we see these little moments where the bird citizens are just as afraid of Cocoa Puffs as Sunny is. The first time I noticed this was in a commercial for the new Cocoa Puffs chocolate and vanilla combo cereal.
Extra, extra new chocolate and vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo cereal.
It opens with a newspaper boy announcing the new cereal, but for the first time, people seem kind of disinterested in Cocoa Puffs and just walk past him.
No! That's not true. It's not true.
It's always been Cocoa Puffs.
Eat him up, eat him.
You have to eat them up. It's
And
that thing in
then
the back.
the commercial
That's a
takes
creature.
very sudden
That's a
turn.
bird.
That is
With
a creature.
chocolatey and vanilla.
It's Godzilla versus King Kong.
Two
That's
massive
Mechagodzilla.
Cocoa Puffs in the sky crash into each other and
Ah.
begin raining down Cocoa Puffs all over the city.
Make it
The people
rain.
start screaming and running for their lives as the
Skedaddle.
entire city is consumed by chocolate and vanilla.
Don't go cuckoo! Don't go cuckoo!
But after Sunny goes cuckoo, we cut back and see that everyone is now enjoying the cereal.
New chocolate and vanilla Cocoa Puffs combo.
Okay, so how do you guys think this theory is gonna go now?
Yeah, I'm making everybody's Cocoa. I think it's hallucinating now. I think it's like brainwashed.
It's like, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Part of this good breakfast.
Also, something that's funny to me is that half the factor that makes this either you do feel like it or he seems like he's trying too hard to make it kind of just like a little bit like on edge, kind of.
Yeah,
It's just like the music in the background. Like the music in the background right now is like this music that's like super serious. Like it's so scary. Like I'm really shaking in my boots right now. It's a cereal commercial, dude. It's Cocoa Puffs. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
The socks are flying off.
Yeah, bro, my socks are flying off.
Or it could be every single
Has
time he goes
changed.
cuckoo, it changes
This is
dimension.
not a world where everyone has always
Where's
loved
the dimension hopper?
Yeah.
Cocoa Puffs.
Like, he
I
just changes
think that
what's
this
gonna
is
happen.
a world that has been taken over
Mark,
by
that was never real.
Cocoa Puffs.
Mark
and
Zuckerberg?
if you don't believe me,
No,
you
I
get
wanna have
much
this
more
conversation
explicit
again.
confirmation of this in the commercial for the new chocolatey explosion puffs. I've kind of been holding off on showing this one because it is honestly the most insane commercial I have ever seen in my
This commercial made me pee my pants whenever I first saw this video.
entire life. Like,
What?
you are not prepared
What
for
are you
what I'm
doing?
about to show you.
He's sitting.
This commercial takes place inside of
He's
the
licking?
Bird military headquarters, where Sunny, as a Cocoa Puffs expert, discusses the dangers of this new type of Cocoa Puffs that's exploding in people's homes.
What?
I'm warning you, it's more chocolatey.
What do you mean more chocolatey? Yeah.
Picture chocolatey Cocoa Puffs.
Okay.
Even more chocolatey than that.
And the military birds look terrified of this and are treating it like a major threat.
And all the birds here think it's so precious. All the
I'm thinking of
Cocoa
Cocoa
Puffs.
Puffs. Eating chocolate.
Oh, they ain't trying to get him killed. They're just. You'll see later.
Extra chocolatey puffs. Who authorized more
It's
chocolate?
like a nuke.
And what happens next is
You have to draw.
You literally just predicted later in the video. There's an ad that says Operation Cocoa Puff. No joke, you just predicted it in one of the ads.
You need to
I,
get the
I,
lucky
I can't even
charms.
describe
Let the
it to you.
counterattack.
You just have to kind of see it for yourself.
Even more chocolatey than that.
How chocolatey is it?
Cocoa Puffs. That's extra chocolate.
Sunny reveals he secretly brought a box of the explosive
Wait,
Cocoa Puffs
hold on.
You just shoot them? Cocoa Puffs?
Is it?
Bro, this is a really bad PNG of a Cocoa Puffs box inside of the briefcase. Like, wait, hold on. Let me slow it down if I can. Playback speed 0.25. Now watch this. Watch this Cocoa Puff box inside the briefcase. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. Okay, we'll actually watch the video.
Sunny reveals he secretly brought a box
Here they
of the
go!
explosive Cocoa Puffs into the meeting with him, essentially a bomb that he launches at the military, basically committing Cocoa Puffs domestic terrorism and flooding the entire room with chocolate. And afterwards, we see the main military guy again, except now he seems to be supporting the cereal.
Limited time only.
And even his military stars have been replaced with Cocoa Puffs.
Oh! Okay. Yeah.
Sunny has essentially performed
He's
a
been
coup
brainwashed.
and used
Yeah.
Cocoa Puffs to take over the bird military. These commercials are not about trying to sell cereal to kids. They're
And
about
that's what
the
we're gonna be
hostile
talking about Lucky
takeover
Charms,
of the
and they're
bird
gonna be
world
the
from
thing
within.
that keeps everything
But
away.
I
why?
think a kid's show I really want to talk about is like Arthur. I don't know why, but Arthur seems like it could have a good dark theory behind it.
It already does. And it's gonna have
Is Sunny doing this? I thought he was just some guy trying to escape his
He's a
addiction.
guy.
You gotta keep Cocoa Puffs away from me.
Why is he suddenly a sleeper agent working
This
for
looks
Cocoa
like
Puffs
the guy
in this
from
commercial?
Barry the Batterverse.
And who is really behind this takeover? So, at this point,
I'm really scared.
you might be
I hope
thinking
this guy
that
doesn't
these are
give
all
me
just a
any
bunch
more
of
information.
random,
My brain's getting
incoherent
exploded.
what
Yeah, my brain's gonna explode. Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay, I am.
Why'd you wasn't recording the whole time?
I'm scared. I was just thinking about it.
commercials with no
It's one of my top 10 biggest fears.
continuity
recording
or
a video
logic
for
behind the
90
things
minutes
happening. You know, they're just a bunch of wacky, random skits made to sell cereal to kids. And
Yes, you need to get a life. Go outside, touch grass.
we shouldn't
He's
really
searching
try to
4 months,
understand them.
never been
And
outside.
you'd probably be
Don't
right
touch
until they released a single commercial that fundamentally changed.
Okay, so this is the Operation Cocoa Puffs that used for some. Did you do a pre-watch?
No.
Everything we thought we knew about this world.
Oh yeah, I
In
would
fact, this commercial
Cocoa Puff conspiracy.
I don't know. I
gives
mean,
us-
you do some weird things, Jason.
so much new evidence that it is the entire reason I decided to make this theory. Let's take a look.
Ooh, okay, this is the thumbnail right here.
I'm mad.
No, wait, this is a thumbnail. Let me just. Wait, this is. Yeah. That's the thumbnail right there. How to take it off. Full screen. There we go. Okay.
Cocoa
mad
Puffs
at Cocoa
experiment.
Cocoa
How long
Puff.
does it
Oh,
take
my bad.
Sunny
Cocoa Puffs
to
experiment.
go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
Immediately,
Why is there a
this
horse?
commercial looks and
Okay, wait, listen to what she says at the start of this clip.
decided to make this theory. Let's take a look.
Cocoa Puffs experiment. How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
Immediately,
that.
this commercial looks and feels very different than the others. Instead of a bird city, we're inside of a very advanced looking laboratory
He's an alien.
where Sunny is apparently being experimented on with Cocoa Puffs.
Begin countdown now.
So chocolatey! I'm Cocoa Puffs! Cocoa
4 seconds.
As expected, Sunny goes cuckoo and destroys the lab, but in the final moments of the commercial, we pull back to see who's really running the show.
Oh, I knew it. No way. It's humans. It's humans. I knew it. That's what the military is for.
What?
And worms. Don't forget about the
What?
worms.
How do you know the military, bro? You know what part 2 is? The human war. That's what the next chapter's called. Are. How did bro? He actually did a pre-watch. He's produced like 4 things now.
Well, I did that.
Humans are the
Get
ones
close to the screen
behind
right now,
this
big boy.
experiment. This world that we thought was only inhabited by intelligent bird people
Looks
also
like me.
has humans in
That
it.
looks like
And
me.
now, with this
made
context,
a cookie.
we
It's so
can
small.
finally start to put all
So
the
she said.
pieces together.
I'm mad at Cocoa Puffs.
Okay. The human war.
Ah. I knew it.
What is
So
this?
strong.
IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Yes, King.
You can explore the
Wait, I
neighborhood.
can't do
Oh, you're a.
it.
So,
For those who
here
know.
is my theory.
Those
This
who
is
know
a
it.
world where advanced intelligent
Talk
humans
about
and
Elway.
bird people separately coexist
talk
as
about
global
Elway in the
superpowers.
morning.
And
Trey already says. Oh my gosh.
I am scared. The
So
human war.
here is my theory. This is a world where advanced intelligent humans and bird people separately coexist as global superpowers. And I believe humans are the ones who created
What are
the
you
Cocoa
doing?
Puffs. I think we can assume this because we can see humans are running a lab that is clearly making and testing Cocoa Puffs. We can even see the chemical structure for Cocoa Puffs on
Bro. Oh, my bad. Oh,
I'm
hold
gonna make homemade Cocoa
Puffs. I think we can
Cocoa
assume this
Puffs.
because we can see
My bad.
humans are running a lab that is clearly making and testing Cocoa Puffs. We can
Wait,
even
what?
see the
Okay, so we need to get Walter White on this because he understands chemistry.
Yes.
Bang. Bang, bang.
You need to
chemical
cook.
structure for Cocoa Puffs on the monitor.
Okay.
So that means
I'm gonna
that
make some.
humans are responsible for giving
Some Cocoa
Cocoa
Puffs.
Puffs to bird society. And clearly their intentions are far beyond just diplomatic trade. Remember what they were testing for.
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for?
Cocoa Puffs?
How long does it take Sunny to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? They are specifically testing how addictive the cereal is, meaning humans are intentionally trying to create the most addictive product they can. In the
Why would Cocoa Puffs do this if this was true, though? Because that's just like, now I don't want to get Cocoa Puffs because apparently it's super addictive.
I would
Stop
love
getting your hands!
Like, here's the thing, they don't know it, so they buy it anyway, and now they're addicted.
I would love getting addicted to
the
Cocoa
world of
Puffs.
these commercials, Cocoa
Get
Puffs are
your
not
feet
just
off
a
of me!
delicious breakfast item. They are a weapon created by humans to brainwash and control
That-
an enemy nation's
You.
population.
That's not-
The fictional
Acme.
in-universe
Right there.
Yeah, no, that's what you
cereal
look like.
is what I mean, not the real life
Guy
Cocoa
behind
Puffs.
him.
Please don't sue me, General Mills. We are witnessing an interspecies war between humans and birds, where humans are launching giant Cocoa Puffs at the cities and planting
Now we're
sleeper
Cocoa Puffs.
agents inside of the military. Why is this inside of a cereal commercial? So these commercials are telling the
Is this
story
behind
of this
9/11 happening
global
here?
Cocoa Puffs
Yeah.
war. But
Did you get hit
I
by a
think the
giant Cocoa Puff?
Oh,
Bro, that's crazy.
look at bro's arm, bro.
telling it
His
out of
bouncing
order,
arms.
and this lab commercial is at the start of the timeline, showing us the creation of Cocoa Puffs. The humans used Sunny as a guinea pig to create an extremely
guinea
addictive
pig?
cereal,
Oh,
and they even made him the mascot
Shut
on the box to help sell it to other birds. But why would Sunny go along with this? Well, he doesn't
didn't. He
exactly
was
have a
kidnapped. From his family.
No, they just said, "Come here, you want some Cocoa Puffs?" Oh.
choice.
Cocoa Puffs,
Like everyone else, he's
Eat him up, eat him up, eat him up!
just a
Just
victim
casually
being
stabs him in
controlled by
his-
the addictive
No, you shove it down his throat.
That's why his eyes are like that. He
brainwashing
got knocked out.
properties
Now
of
he's
Cocoa
crazy.
Puffs. All they have
For Cocoa Puffs.
Yes.
to do to
Why
activate
this-
its programming is just say,
Why is the spoon a spare?
Why is the spoon a square?
No, that's it. That's no. You know what? That's not my thumbnail anymore. This. Wait, hold on. This.
You must.
You can get on the frame, bro.
No.
Yeah!
You missed it a little bit, Hal.
Yeah, I'll go back later. It's fine.
Just say his three trigger words: munchy, crunchy, chocolatey. And
That's why I told you to. Yeah, and you said it at the start of the video, and that's why I said remember those three phrases. Crunchy. So basically, if bird.
Not a Cocoa Puff.
So basically, what you want to do is that if you see a bird and you're trying to get him to do something, you just go, "Hey, Sonny, yeah." Then you start going crunchy. No, munchy, sunchy. Ah,
he goes
That's
cuckoo
not a
for
Cocoa Puff.
Cocoa
My
Puffs.
impression.
no, that's the Winter Soldier. That's from Captain America. That ain't no Cocoa Puffs.
Your real home.
This is a lot of action.
This is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Bro, what did they edit in?
Is this a lot of action? What is it?
There's too many thumbnails. There's too
That's
many
the thumbnail.
thumbnails.
No, that is absolutely the thumbnail.
Желание.
Crunchy.
Crunchy.
Chocolatey. What the? This looks terrible.
I think Alex Bell edited that himself.
This is a Vincent.
Bro's eyes vertical.
Wait, don't hate. But is this the Invincible animators?
He already said he said cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
He is the human's perfect sleeper agent, and believe it or
We're gonna
not,
say-
this has all actually been foreshadowed since the very first Cocoa Puff
Be close
commercials.
to the computer,
Remember how I
Jason.
said the original
Thank
1958
you.
commercials only featured children instead of a
I
bird?
love
Well,
children.
that wasn't entirely true.
Oops.
This looks really
Forward
weird.
for the Cocoa Puffs train.
Yeah.
Ever since he was
He was a baby.
wait, he was trapped, but can that kid please just he's making me uncomfortable. He's making me uncomfortable. Like, please just get some clothes on.
But the kid's heart
That's what I was talking. That's what I was talking. I was like, bro, where are your clothes?
Like a scarf.
we can see a cage holding a bird.
That's actually the Fruit Loop bird because you can tell because he literally has like what? That's literally the same bird that just has lots of colors on it. That's the Fruit Loop bird.
It's black and white, so just let him cook.
You can tell by his beak.
Here.
Look at his
The
beak.
very start,
Just look at his beak. You can tell it goes in and it's like lots of.
I'm gonna go in if you don't be quiet.
Hey.
has always been a prisoner to humans. And even the
not
70s
prisoner.
commercials show us that it was humans who first got Sunny addicted.
Cocoa Puffs, chocolate tasting Cocoa
He's on
Puffs,
his own.
munchy crunchy chocolate.
He's on the Zaza. Where's the Zaza? Where's it for him? Where's the Cocoa Puffs?
And if you're still
Going
not
Coco.
Damn for hitting.
Bro, 5
Coco?
people were supposed to come to my party and no one came.
Come over. Come.
Oh my gosh, you're such an idiot. It
in
was
restart, Sunny has always been a prisoner to humans.
Yeah, I know,
and
yeah.
even the 70s
Slave.
commercials show us that it was humans who first got Sunny addicted.
Cocoa Puffs, chocolate tasting Cocoa Puffs, munchy crunchy chocolatey.
This actually have clothes on this time.
And if you're still
At least they have clothes
still
on this
not
time.
convinced that this is an intentional hidden narrative inside of these commercials, then let me ask you this. Why
Okay.
did they choose to make the mascot of their cereal a cuckoo bird? Sure, it's partially
No,
because
could
cuckoo sounds like cuckoo.
Just watch the
but
video.
I think there's a deeper reason. What are cuckoo birds?
It's music.
I'm telling you, the music makes it like 10 times more intense.
They're brood parasites. Instead
What?
of raising their young,
So Paris.
Where is it?
They're brood parasites actually.
they secretly lay their eggs into the nest of other bird species, and once the baby cuckoo hatches, they proceed to kill the other birds and take over the nest from within.
The cuckoo chick instinctively pushes out any other eggs in the nest.
They are literally the sleeper agents of
Freeloaders.
birds. This is exactly
Bird
what's
is fed
happening
now.
in
He
these
just fed
commercials.
something bigger than him.
He inserted Sunny into bird society and he took it over from within, just like a cuckoo bird. And the humans didn't just randomly
Okay.
insert Sunny into any old nest. Take a look at the
How did
commercial
he turn into a
where we
human like that? I mean, how did he
See,
turn like we can actually talk?
The carpet's Cocoa Puffs.
The walls.
Wait, the
The
culprit is Cuckoo Puffs, or whatever it is, Coco.
Cocoa Puffs.
Coco, brown equal Cocoa
Cocoa.
Puffs.
Sunny's grandpa's house.
Cocoa Puffs.
Beat 'em up, beat 'em up.
Okay, no, just listen. Oh wait, that's the guy from the military. Wait, shh. That's the guy from the military right there. Remember?
Yeah.
That's the guy from the military.
Yes.
Can you like get your hands off?
Look over there.
No, you're so aggravating.
What?
Look, that's the bird from the military.
Yeah, I already said that.
He's eating Cocoa
Yeah.
boxes right there.
Well, I mean, you just like who cares about this stupid guy over here? He looks like a guy that would go over to you and then something.
Going cuckoo. I'm gonna like Cocoa Puffs in this room. Perhaps?
They're in a hallway full of what I assume are family photos. And if you look closely, you can see
I definitely did a preview watch. That's my confession, even though I said this during the video, so that's why I didn't notice
A
that.
picture of the main military bird.
But no,
The
I didn't actually
humans
watch it, guys.
inserted
I just
Sunny
knew.
into a family with a high-ranking military officer, which allowed Sunny to use that connection to get into the military headquarters and perform the coup.
Good coup. I'm with the coup. This is what amazed me about Alex Bill. I watched all of his theory videos, and obviously, I don't actually think that they meant to do this. There's no way that they meant to do this. But how does he make this? How does he make this kind of convincing? How does he make this actually kind of convincing sometimes? Like sometimes I'm actually every single time it could be the dumbest thing, and sometimes I actually wonder, wait, is this actually true?
SpongeBob,
You know, like
it's like one of those people used to say SpongeBob, it's eating pearls, mom.
All right, well, I want you to be closer so you can sit in my chair. Let's sit on the floor, okay?
Okay. Yay, Jason leans, so you're gonna fall out.
Stop leaning.
Oh, why is it leaning?
Oh, because I don't know.
He's a big back.
Look, we bought way too many things. We don't have. Okay, yeah, pull it in. Ugh, why are you so fat? Offense.
Offense.
And it worked. Everyone hit by Cocoa Puffs instantly loves them. They own the military, their entire economy and legal system runs on Cocoa Puffs. Humans have essentially colonized and taken over all of bird society. They won. So, now that the war is over, I guess the next question is, what happens to Sunny? Well, he's not a prisoner anymore. He's free.
How did they die? It doesn't make, like, where do you make that connection?
I don't know. He gets too addicted and he gets away. He gets a heart attack.
He gets a heart attack.
To live a normal life in a world controlled by humans and eat all the Cocoa Puffs he wants. Except now, unlike all the birds around him, he desperately doesn't want Cocoa Puffs.
You've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me! How do I escape the great taste of Cocoa Puffs?
But why?
He
Because
was trapped.
more than anyone else, Sunny knows the truth about this world. He knows all the horrible things humans have done to bird society, the horrible things he has done to betray his country. So, of course, he would try and reject Cocoa Puffs. But the world he lives in literally runs on the cereal. No matter where he goes, he can't escape his addiction. Remember, he even tried to file a restraining order against Cocoa Puffs in a bird court of
What happened here? Like, what?
It's turning the world into cocoa.
Did
Did the box open the front door?
We're like, what?
law, but the judge refused to. Wait a second.
Do you guys realize something about judges? You know that judges? I literally, whenever I first watched this, I literally got goosebumps.
That's the grandpa.
Okay, so I want you to, I love his, wait a second. I love this right here. I got goosebumps whenever he did this. Hold on. Let me try finding. Right here.
A restraining
I love
order
his. Wait a minute.
against Cocoa Puffs in a bird court of law, but the judge refused to.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
I got
Why
goosebumps whenever I watched this. Whenever he said this.
The judge, Sunny's grandpa.
He has different glasses. He's a different person. Chocolate is thicker than.
Bro, did you just get goosebumps for no reason? What? You will not take this away from me. 14 seconds. How dare you? Actually, it's 5 seconds.
Court now in session. Find you guilty of being delicious.
I literally got goosebumps when I first watched this guy.
That is clearly Sunny's grandpa. Even his nameplate says
He has
Judge
different
Gramps.
glasses.
Wouldn't that be like a major conflict of interest? Like, you can't just be a judge for your own family member's court case, right? And even if we ignore that, isn't Sunny's grandpa supposed to be the one character who's actually on his side?
Keep Shelly from going cuckoo. I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room. Cocoa Puffs? Don't go cuckoo on me, boy.
Why does he rule against Sunny when he's the only one who's been trying to help him beat his addiction? Maybe we need to take a closer look at Sunny's grandpa. In one of the commercials,
he's
we
crazy.
see Gramps trying to help Sunny by hiding the Cocoa Puffs.
I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room. Gramps? I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
But Immediately after, he says this.
I'm not Coco. Don't open that door then. Cause there's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs.
He just said the thing that triggers it. Crunchy, munchy, and the third thing I can't remember. And chocolatey.
Chocolate.
Bro. Like, this is what I mean. How does he make this thing that is so obvious? Like, they can, like, the people that make these commercials definitely not doing this, but, like, I'm actually wondering if it's true or not. Like, that's what amazes me about Alex Bell.
Could just be a story.
Oh, also, I'm taking another screenshot.
In there.
Look at him, he's clearly trying to tempt Sunny into getting the Cocoa Puffs. He even uses Sunny's exact trigger words and has a nefarious smile. Gramps doesn't want Sunny to beat his addiction. He just wants Sunny to think that he's on his side, but in reality, Gramps is manipulating him. But why? Because I think...
Okay, so what do you guys think?
Every time I saw that guy,
He's being
I would
paid.
say this phrase.
He's
Being
being
paid by the humans
Government.
Yeah.
to keep their
Yeah.
mascot.
Sunny's grandpa is working
Guys, wait,
for
you got
the
it spot
humans.
You
Sunny
got that spot on.
is the mascot
He's
for
being
Cocoa Puffs, and if humans are going to continue to use Cocoa Puffs to control
Making
bird
him get
society,
addiction. The humans.
Yeah.
then they can't have the mascot
It's square. If you say that, I'm gonna kill you.
on the box actively trying to avoid
What's
and
the
discredit
What is that
cereal.
bowl thing?
Says that.
What's the bowl up here? Geometry have they been doing?
Turns everything chocolatey. Oh, they make me go cuckoo.
So, they use someone close and trusted to Sunny, like his grandpa, to manipulate him
his
into
uncle.
never breaking
Uncle.
free of his addiction.
Well, they're munchy and
the milk
crunchy.
can.
Oh, I'm Coco.
Just look at Gramps' life. He's got a big house, he eats at fancy restaurants, and he's a powerful judge who can seemingly break whatever rules he wants. Gramps is thriving in this human-controlled bird society, and I think it's because he made a deal with the humans to betray his own grandson. And once
called
again, Gramps
Yeah,
profiting
he called
off of
it.
Sunny
He
has
called
been
it.
Wait, so
foreshadowed
who's the
since...
dad? Who's in between? Because he's the grandpa, he's the son. Who's the dad?
His dad's a Cocoa Puffs.
We don't find that out, but Alex Bell does try finding out, but
The dad is
he
the-
doesn't like find any
The
information.
dad is
We
the-
don't.
The dad is the Cocoa Puffs.
Oh wait, my
He
bad.
has been genetically made in a
Yeah.
lab.
the very
From
first
Cocoa Puffs.
commercials.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if he's actually just like what if he's actually instead of
So you remember the cuckoo bird
Mm-hmm.
thing where like so that might not actually be his grandpa because he's a cocoa bird or whatever. Because remember what you were talking about
Yeah.
life? So
they do look like
Oil.
how you gonna get grow up in a different nest?
yeah.
Also, he
So
could since he was
Gramps
getting
is the dad.
since he was getting
But hold on, okay, TJ, you go first. We're talking over each other.
since he was getting experimented, maybe he was made in a lab and he didn't actually have a dad, and that guy was just thinking that he's exactly the same species.
I don't think so because remember the cuckoo bird thing. Okay, now Jason, you go.
So, like you said, in real life, they do find a new nest almost immediately as soon as they can fly, which means which means that Gramps is not Sonny's grandpa
That's exactly what I said.
because he physically can't because he would have been the dad and then the dad would have left.
Yeah.
So he's his dad.
Oh, Alex Bell, let him cook.
Gramps ain't
Wait.
the Gramps.
He could just be a
Wait,
mutated
so who's the
bird.
real Gramps?
I don't know. Look, he used them.
Gramps, Sonny's only parental figure, has always been working against him. But that brings up something else that I've always wondered about.
Also,
Why is Gramps Sonny's only parental figure? Where are Sonny's parents? Like, even if Sonny...
Yes.
He I don't think he really finds it out. I mean, he kind of does, but not really, because there's okay. What were you trying to say, TJ?
Also, a reason that we can say he's working with the humans. How would he know what word triggers it if he wasn't working with them?
Because he's his own grandson. Or should I say
How would you tell-
grandson?
He's putting up
He wouldn't be able to
quotation
tell
marks.
him. He wouldn't be able to tell him what it was, because then he'll go cuckoo.
Put your back up. like this.
My posture is too
I
good.
don't care.
Sonny was a brood parasite inserted into this family, he'd still have parents before grandparents,
Is that?
right? It feels like
It's
someone's
not his dad.
missing. This may seem like a pointless question to ask for how little backstory we're given about these characters, but there is actually a single insane hidden detail in one of these commercials that unlocks one final damning part to this theory.
Always an
Remember
orange.
those family photos that had the military guy in them? If you look closely, the hallway is full of different bird people, all with boxes of Cocoa Puffs, except
kid.
for one photo that shows a female
His
bird
mother.
all by herself. And it's the only photo with no Cocoa Puffs.
Female.
It's a
That's not a theme.
really weird detail to include. But what's even stranger is that when Sonny is about to open the door to release the Cocoa Puffs, the photo changes to show the woman is afraid for Sonny. Sure, maybe this was just supposed to be a cartoony way to emphasize the danger, but then why is she the only photo that changes? The birds in the photo right next to her are completely indifferent to Sonny's struggle. This feels like the animators are intentionally trying to tell us something about specifically this female bird that we've never seen before. And trust me, I've checked. She doesn't show up in the background of any of the other commercials. So here
long
is
did it
the
take you to
final
find this out,
part
man?
of my theory. I think this is Sonny's mother.
Not to
Maybe
keep
his real
such
mother,
grass.
or maybe his adopted mother from the whole brood parasite thing. Just like Sonny, she was clearly aware of the dangers of Cocoa Puffs and wanted to avoid them. But unlike everyone else, why don't we
She
see
died.
her in any of these commercials?
She's dead.
I think it's because she tried to protect her son from the dangers of Cocoa Puffs, and the humans who needed Sonny for their plans murdered her because of it. These
That's so disturbing.
I watched this by myself
It's
at
your
nighttime.
The noise is really irritating.
That noise would scare me if I was
Cocoa Puff
watching it at nighttime. That was it though.
No, like these videos when I was like 9, I found this guy actually used to scare me just because of the sound design. Like a
commercials are not just
Yeah, that would have
a
scared me at
funny
nighttime if
little
I just heard that. Randomly when I'm watching a
cartoons
video.
designed to sell cereal to kids. They are a complex, interconnected story about the horrors of war, addiction, family betrayal, and murder. And if after all of this,
Like
you
murder,
still
yeah.
have the fucking balls to leave a comment saying, "Oh, Alex, I think
Where's
they're
your
just
ball?
cereal commercials, you're overthinking this," then let me ask you this.
No.
Why did they decide
Okay,
to
so this is what Alex Bill does at the end of every single video, where at the end of he's like, okay, the video's over. There's two things. He'll either say, let me ask you this, or he'll be like, the video's over. It's like, wait a minute, I have one more piece of evidence, and then it just makes you just like jump out of your chair and go.
Oh yeah,
Like
I've seen it. I've seen stuff like that.
My favorite video of his, which if you guys are enjoying this, we'll react to some more later. I'm gonna show you guys. It's the craziest one. At the end, I literally get so much freaking goosebumps from watching it.
make the characters in these commercials birds? Birds can't eat chocolate.
I know it. I know it. You heard me
Chocolate
say it.
is
Birds can't eat
poisonous
chocolate
to
earlier.
birds. The entire bird world is slowly being poisoned
told
by
you.
Cocoa Puffs, so that humans are the only
Okay, so this one isn't as the bombshell one isn't as crazy, but still a good bombshell.
dominant species on this planet. Or
I
maybe
told
they're
you,
just cereal
they're
commercials.
birds.
I don't
How are they eating chocolate?
Okay.
They die.
So
Yes.
we're gonna make a part 2 of this. That was a great video. Good in the chat. Let them cook.